and extend to you an offer for a gift certificate if you wish to attend my Market Profile Trading Strategies course. The course really is a combination of some coaching and some instructional time, along with some live trading lab sessions. Now, I will come back to this slide in a moment, but I want to come back and entertain some of your questions. So let's take a look and see what questions we might have. And Trevor, do you want to read out the questions?
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, just type them in. There may be more than what we can address. We'll do our best. Get them in now. And what I'll do is I'll read the question back to Dr. Kepler, and then he can do his best to answer the question. So why don't wait just a minute while the questions come in, then I'll go ahead here. All right, well, here's some already. Okay. Could you describe how you would have traded in a period of balance versus a trend day like we had here?
Of course, I can describe that for you. That's a whole other session in itself. It's not sort of a two-minute description. The approach would, of course, be very different because you have no bullish bias, you have no bearish bias. So again, don't look for one set of rules that will apply in every market and sort of find easy answers that will work every time. What you need to do is really understand the fundamental concepts and then learn to apply them in the various contexts that the market will present for you, rather than sort of trying to always find just one style or one way to trade.
All right. How soon can you tell that a profile is going to be unbalanced?
That's actually a good question. Typically, you want to wait for the first 30 minutes or the first hour before you can really get a good feel for whether the market is going to be balanced that day or it's going to be imbalanced. And even with that changes. So that rule typically, I would say, applies maybe 70 to 80% of the time, that within the first hour you could probably identify the high and the low for the day. You will be able to identify the high and the low of the trading day during that first hour. It'll be put in on the profile for you. But again, that's not a steadfast rule, and sometimes things change, and we might get a day that will keep distributing for most of the day, and then all of a sudden, towards the end of the day, we'll get a double distribution, and the market will become imbalanced in one direction or the other. So again, stay away from rules of thumb or being stuck in this always has to happen this way. What you want to do is to always be analyzing the present. What is happening now, and how do I react to it as it's happening? And realize that at any point, what is happening now may change. And so you always have to be flexible with it. Don't always be sort of stuck with your plan and so committed to it that you lose the flexibility of being able to maneuver with the changes in the market as they occur. The beauty of the profile is allowing you to really see exactly what is happening in the market as it happens. When we looked at that picture of the candlesticks, let me go back a little bit and show you that slide. Okay, take a look at these candlesticks here. These candlesticks, even though they do give us some valuable information, they really don't give us the valuable information till the end of the day, till the candlestick is complete. And here's where the major difference is between looking at a candlestick for the day and looking at the profile. The profile is telling you what is happening precisely right now at any point inside that candle. And that is very powerful when you understand how to interpret it.
All right, here's a good question. Very early on, one of the questions was, you said balance equals uncertainty. Can you relate that to fair price? And also, I know a lot of people think balance, they don't see balance as uncertainty. They maybe see it as certainty. So,
okay, let me elaborate on that a little bit. It is a question of perspective. When we say that balance is really uncertainty, the uncertainty we're talking about is directional uncertainty. We really don't have prices moving in a very powerful direction one way or the other. That's the uncertainty that we're talking about. Now, do we know where the fair price is? Absolutely. And do we see that there's a certainty, if you will, of trading and a rotation around that price? Yes, if that's the certainty you're looking for, then yes, by your definition, that would work. However, if the certainty that we're looking for is a directional movement certainty, it does not exist in a balanced market. It does not exist when we are distributing or rotating around a fair price. The only time we can really see a directional move clearly on the profile is when we have an imbalanced market. I hope that helps clarify that nomenclature for you.
Okay. Here's a good question between the relationship between the POC and the volume POC. The question is, if the POC is above the volume POC, does that signal a short bias, in your opinion?
All right. The relationship between volume and price is always a very important relationship. And what I'm going to recommend for you is, so that you can see it for yourself, I want you to, when you take a look at your profile chart for the next couple of days, I want you to track, when the day starts out, where did the volume begin and where did the price begin, and how they moved relative to one another during the day and what happened at the end of the day. And this is going to be the best answer to that question, because you will see for yourself that there is no, again, no set